want to listen to some comedy. These other people are a lot funnier than I am. I had to bite the bullet, so. And we're going to keep it going with our next comic, Mr. Jay Leroy. Clap, you two bastards.
Yeah.
So guys,
Yeah, don't hold it any closer. You fine. Ah, no! That's way too light!
if it makes you feel any comfortable, I spent like the last week in jail.
Oh, shit!
So, yeah, I went to jail. I've had a warrant out for my arrest for like the last year.
They finally got you.
And I went and turned myself in
Oh.
because I didn't want to get pulled over and surprised at a jail. Like I wanted to be on my own terms, you know. So,
You
yeah.
have fun?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. I recommend it. I got to sleep on the floor
Oh, that's good.
next to like 30 other dudes
Oh.
for a week, and all of us being terrified to take a shower for the whole week because all of us thinking that one of us was gonna rape the other one. So that was fun. You don't think like,
Don't leave.
yes, stay for the great jail story.
You're all what you got.
But yeah, you wouldn't think like county jail would be that bad, like, because most people are in there like for minor offenses or whatever. My warrant was because I got pulled over on a suspended license, which is weird because they pulled me over and they were like, "You have a suspended license," and I was like, "Yep." And so I just kind of prepared myself mentally for the next part where they're like, "We're taking you to jail," and they were like, "You need somebody else to come pick you up because you can't drive anymore." And I was like, "Oh, cool. This is easy. I'm like a block away from home. I don't even need somebody to pick me up. I will just walk home." And they were like, "Okay." And they just let me walk home. And so I did. And then like an hour later, I walked back and picked my car up because it was still there and drove it home. But they didn't take me to jail. But then I got a nice letter in the mail letting me know that I had a warrant, and I was like, "Why'd you send me a letter? Like, just come by the house, you know? That seems, I don't know, it seems more logical." But they already had me caught. Like, I thought for sure I was going to jail like a year ago. But anyways, it's really hard to find a job when you have a warrant. Okay, I went to like a few job interviews, and the interviews went really well, and they were like, "Well, as long as like the background check comes back good, you should be fine." And I'm like, "Cool, well thanks. This isn't gonna work out." But yeah, I went to jail, and I don't know, it was really weird. You get like a good mix of people. One of the guys there, he's like in his 70s, and he's like, "I've been in and out of jail my whole life." He was like, "I'm facing like 10 to 15 right now, so probably be in jail for the rest of my life." And I was like, "That sucks." And he was like, "No," he was like, "It's cool, they feed you, and my kid's over here in the next cell block, so like, you know, I got family here." And he was like, it's fine." I was like, "Okay, well, I don't know, at least like you have a positive approach to it or whatever." And then like the guard gets on like the intercom thing, and he's like, "Okay, it's time for everybody to lay down." And he's like, "The fuck? You can't tell me how to lay down? I'll lay down when I want to." Not really. This is jail. Like, that's kind of how that works. Like, they tell you have to lay down, and then you do. Like, I understand, like, you're a grown man, but it's jail. So, like, that's what the corrections officer does. He tells you what to do. You have to do it. And then you get, like, people that are, like, teens. Like, there was this kid, he's, like, 19, and he got arrested for trespassing. And what happened was he got high on Serenity and passed out in somebody's yard. And he just woke up and was in jail. So didn't remember getting arrested or anything, just woke up and there he was. And he wasn't very happy about it. So he was like punching the glass because they don't have you like in like cells or just they have like glass windows and stuff, sliding doors. It's not like the bars or whatever. But he's in a cell for like a good like 2 hours, just punching away at the glass and saying, "Get me out of here." And then his hands start bleeding because he's been punching glass for like an hour. And finally, one of the guards comes over and he's like, "You want to get out of here?" And he was like, "Yeah, get me out of here." And then 10 other guards come in, and 2 of them have like these huge shields.
Oh man.
And they press this button on the shield and it like shocks. And like this other guy's like, "Yeah, I seen that on Call of Duty." I was like, "Yeah, that's some shit." So they open the guy's cell and one of the big guards just hits him with his shield and you hear him, psst, and the guy falls over and they drag him out. And I never saw him again. And I was there for a week. It's like, well, if you want to get out, that's your way, I guess. I guess what they happen is they put you in this thing called the turtle suit, which I don't really know what that is, but it sounds terrible. Like, I don't know, it's not like Halloween, like, but they put you in a turtle suit and they put you in a room with 10 other guys, and it's like, it's the hole, so they got a bucket to piss in and whatever, and you're just in there for days. I'd rather just be locked up in my own cell. But like, they have so many people in jail, like, they couldn't even have cells for everybody. So like, I was sleeping in a hallway all week. And so you're in this hall, and then the cells are like right in front of you. So you can see people. It's almost like being at the zoo. And you're just like laying on the floor, and people will just like stand at their cell door just looking at you like, looks comfortable out there. You get like a whole hallway to be in, and I just gotta be in this little box. And they just stare at you. So you try to make it like as uncomfortable as possible. So I made a friend. His name was Ronnie. And so we're like laying on our mats talking, because you can't sleep in jail because you're afraid to fall asleep. Because it's jail. Same reason you're afraid to take a shower. I was surprised about like the lack of cameras. Laying in the hallway, like anything could happen to you, and the guard has to come through like 3 doors before he gets to you. So that's fun. But yeah, we're laying in the hallway, we're just talking to each other, and all of a sudden Ronnie goes, "Oh shit!" And he rolls over and like covers his face, and I'm like, "You alright, dude?" Because he was just talking to me, and then all of a sudden just spazzed out. And he was like, "Look, look." And I look over, and there's this old man just like standing at his door, just jerking it and staring right at Ronnie. And it's like 2 in the afternoon. And he's just standing there just like going at it. And he'd only been in there for like a day. So like, you know, like he couldn't be like how lonely can you be after a day? Like, and I was like, "Man, why didn't you tell me what was going on? Like, just tell me, don't look," because I didn't want to see it. Like, he's jerking it to you, not me. But I looked at him, and he saw me looking at him, so then he's looking at me too, and he's just turning back and forth like, and there's nothing you can do because he's in a cell, so you're just laying there, and you can't really go anywhere. He can't hear you. Just standing there jerking it. It's weird. But yeah, a lot of people wondered where I was this week, and got out and sent some people my mugshot. I think I'm gonna start using it for like when I get on comedy shows now. Like that's gonna be my picture. I didn't talk to anybody for like the first 2 days I was there, because when I went and turned myself in, they were like, "You'll be out in like 2 days." They were like, "It's a minor offense. You've never had any other charges. It'll be like 2 days at the most. You'll be out." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I can do 2 days. That's fine." And I was like, "I'm just gonna keep to myself, not talk to anybody, and just get through it." So I just didn't talk, and then they were like, "You have your arraignment today." And I was like, "Okay," and they were like, "That's where they'll give you your sentence, and you're like, you probably get out on like OR, on reconnaissance or whatever, but you can just sign yourself out of jail." And I was like, "Cool, that sounds great." And so I went and I appeared before the judge, and she read off my charges, and she was like, "Do you understand?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Okay, we're gonna keep you for a week. Have a good day." Oh, all right. So I lost my job this week because I had like a couple days off work, but I didn't have a week off. So like some people were like, "Oh no, they won't fire you," and I was like, "Yeah, I'll just come in and be like, oh sorry, I was in jail all week, so sorry I missed like all those weekend shifts," but yeah, they were just like, "Sorry, you don't have a job anymore." So that was cool. But yeah, so when I finally did start talking to people while I was there, this guy was like, "So what'd you do to get in here? Like, how much is your bond?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have a bond." What I didn't realize is that, like, that's how they judge like who's the worst. Like that's the question you ask. Like, what's your bond at? And some people say like $10,000. Like, oh shit, you must have done something serious. Like, you got paid $10,000 to get out of here. And like, heard people go all the way up to $25,000. It's like, it's a lot of money. Like, I don't know anybody who I could call and be like, "Hey, I need 25 grand because I'm in jail." They just laugh, if that. But they asked me, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't have a bond." And apparently, like, that's the top. like if you don't have a bond, that means you did something real serious. And I was like, "I don't have a bond." And they're like, "Oh shit, what'd you do?" I was driving on a suspended license. Like, "Oh shit, it's nothing." So that night I made a shank out of my toothbrush. It's a real thing. Brought it home. It's a nice little souvenir to remind me not to go back to jail. The guard that was like discharging me, like grabbed the toothbrush and he was like, "Don't come back, okay?" So yeah. Everybody was like, "Well, now you got plenty of time to write jokes." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I was doing in jail." I was sitting around like, "How funny is this? This will be so funny when I get out." My parents bought me new clothes when I got out and new shoes and stuff. And they were like, "We're so proud of you." And I was like, "What?" "Hey, spent a week in jail." And they were like, "Yeah, but now you don't have a warrant anymore, so that's awesome." And I was like, how terrible is my life that this is the things that you're getting proud of me about? Like, I'm almost certain I've done better things. Anyways, I think my time is done up here, so bring back our host.
Woo! Jay Leroy. Yeah, Jay, I'm glad you mentioned again what you went for, because I missed that first part of the joke. And I was like, "What'd Jay do? What'd Jay do? He strangled somebody." Just for, 1 week's worth of strangling, like the light blood strangle.
This other guy, they didn't give him bail, and he was like losing his mind. He was like yelling at the judge and everything, and they finally like brought him out, and he was like, "I don't understand." And so I was talking to him later, and I was like, "What'd you do?" And he was like, "Well, I was holding my girlfriend hostage, and I was threatening to scalp her."
Holy
And
shit.
the biggest charge is child endangerment because her kids were home. And I was like, "Oh," and they were like, "So they think I'm like a flight risk or something." He was like, "I don't get it." He was like, "I just need to get out of here." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, you sleep over there."
So, who wants to go next? Nick? All right. Oh, by the way, Mason, check out. Do you like this? Look at it. Listen.